न चेद्विदम्यः कतरन्नो गर्यो यद्वा जयेम यदि वानो जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषां स्ते अवस्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः. Hello friends, this is the sixth shlok of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says Nachet Dvidamyah, which means and it is not known, Katranno Garyo, which means which one we have to choose, Yadva Jayem Yadivano Jayeyuh, which means either our victory over them or their victory over us. Yaneva Hatva, which means nor by killing, Na Jiji Visham, which means we will desire to live, Ste Avastitaha, which means those who are located here, Pramukya Dhartarashtraha, which means chief of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So Arjun is telling Sri Krishna over here that it is not known to us whether it is better that we win over them or they win over us, and even if I kill them, I will not have the desire to live, those who are the chiefs of the Kaurav army. So, for the first time in Bhagavad Gita, you start to see that Arjun is now becoming a little bit critical of his own thoughts, because over here he is saying that he is not sure what is superior, what is better, whether his victory over them or their victory over him. So he is now starting to question it, because till now he was just saying that he will not fight it because he thinks that this war is not right. But for the first time, I think after listening to Sri Krishna, when Sri Krishna told him that, stand up and fight, I think now he's starting to doubt his thoughts. And that's why he's saying that he's not sure whether it is better that he wins or is it better that they win. Although he still mentions his objection over here by saying that he will not have the desire to live if he ends up killing the chiefs of the Kaurav army. So the chiefs over here, basically he is talking about is Bhishma and Drona, because that's what Sri Krishna said in the 25th shlok of the first chapter, that Bhishma and Drona are the chiefs. So he is pretty much saying that he will not desire to live if he has to kill Bhishma and Drona, and also I think to a certain extent Krip. So this is his natural response, and he is now starting to question his natural response. We as human beings, and actually all the living beings, we live in a very autopilot mode where we behave according to our own instincts rather than thinking of what we are doing. And this, our texts have said, is one of the lowest, or you can say animalistic type of living. So we all beings over here, who are living in this on this planet, we have evolved over many generations, and there are certain instincts that Mother Nature has placed inside us, because of which we act a certain way. So that is what the survival of the fittest is. And if you look at it in the Hindu tradition, then in Hindu tradition we'll say that we have been living through so many different lives, and through all these different lives we have generated all these samskars, and these samskars are the ones which come inside us, and they are the ones who determine how we act. So if you were to look at it from scientific point of view, then all the genetics information that is there inside us is the result of the evolution over a many generations. And you can say that those traits that our genetics instill in us are the sanskars, that in the Hindu way of looking, you can say, are the ones that we have developed over many of our lives. So in either way, when our conduct is determined by these sanskars, then we are living an animalistic life, because these are the things that Mother Nature has instilled in us in a way so that we can survive in this universe. But the main objective of this life as such is to grow over these sanskars and grow from one reality which we currently live in to a higher reality, as in grow spiritually and become more intelligent. So Human beings in that sense have more intelligence, and you can clearly see that from the point that, let's say, um if there is a snake that comes into the house, then we don't have this natural instinct of running away from it. While if, say, for example, there is some other animal and it sees a snake, then their natural instinct will be to run away far from it. So, in that sense, you can say that human beings have a stronger will. We can basically win over our instincts and act against them. And so, this is the reason why we as human beings are more spiritually developed than the animals. And the whole motivation of this life is to grow this will even more, so that we reach the point where our will expands to the level of Brahman. So that's the whole motivation of this whole life. But our instincts are the ones which always come in our way, and they create a lot of problem. So over here also, when Arjun is saying that he will not have the desire to live after killing his loved ones, is that same instinct. It's the instinct that Mother Nature has instilled in us based on the group selection, and basically selection of the survival of our genes, because we are genetically related to our loved ones, and so we feel that attraction, that their survival is important for us, because that way our genes will survive. That's the reason why mother has so much attachment to her son, because the son has the genes of the mother. And in future, if, let's say, if the son starts to abuse her mother, the mother is still not able to let go of her son because of this attachment. And so that will of the mother to basically see the wrongdoings of her son, which are detrimental towards her society, is something that she ignores, while her instincts to take care of her son because of her genetic relationships takes over her. So in that sense, she loses her willpower. She is not able to let go her attachment, and she becomes blind to the faults of her son. So that is the kind of thing that is happening with Arjun also over here, where he is not able to get over his familial attachment and grow over it, let go of it. Same thing happens to us also when, for example, we see some wrong practices being carried out in our society, but we're still not able to let go of those wrong practices because we have an attachment to our culture, and in that sense, we are not able to see the faults in it. And we basically want to belong to a part of a community, and so we do not have the courage to really rebel against it, and that way many times improvement does not happen. So to have that improvement, you have to have that willpower to grow over your instincts and develop further. So that's what Shri Krishna is gonna soon tell Arjun. So yeah, I mean, we are very excited in in that sense that the instructions from Shri Krishna are now just about to begin. In just 2 or 3 shloks, we'll start to see main instructions coming from Shri Krishna. So I hope I've explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.